Oh, fuck. Hello and welcome to day number 139. This is actually attempt number 3 at recording this because it's been a while. So, let's get on with stuff, shall we? My name is Martin. I am the Great Potato Mage. If this is your first time here, chances are you'll have seen the channel intro, the little advert roll thing. If it's not the first time here, I don't know, like, maybe we've caught up before, maybe we've chatted before, who knows. I thought, because it's been a little while since I recorded anything, I would sort of do a big recap of everything and just try and touch on a few points of things that we've possibly discussed before, and, you know, just sort of give a rough overview of who I am, what I'm doing, where we are, how things are progressing, all that, and then get into the things that I should have done a little while ago, but was not well enough to do. So, shall we? Yeah. So, as I said, my name is Martin. I'm a 32-year-old bloke from Britain, from the northeast of England, and about a year and a half ago, I want to say, a little bit over now, me, my wife, and my toddler son, who was 1 at the time but is now 2.5, we moved here to Berlin in Germany from the UK. Multiple factors for it, not least of which getting paid a lot more. Yay. But here we are. We've had our cat Dexter for a little while as well, around about half a year. Dexter is pretty much a menace who likes to terrorize me and injure me in various different ways. It just wasn't very nice. Ow! Ow! Oh, cat, no, get, oh. Every time I get a drink of water, this cat is in and guzzles it down. He has his own water cup, not even a water bowl, because he refused to use the water bowl. We sacrificed a cup so that he could drink from one. But no, it's got to be one that I'm drinking from. Every time. Every time. And then he drinks it like this. And he guzzles it down as much as he possibly can, like he's dying of thirst and dehydration. Even though it's every time that I have a drink. You suck.
I think my dog is defective.
I like to think of Dexter as canine software running on feline hardware. It's pretty much the opposite of a fox. A fox is like a cat in a dog body. This is just a dog in a cat body, and he's so strange. But such is life. Right, so what is the YouTube channel about? Why are we here? Why am I here? Well, 139 days ago, exactly, because I've counted and I've double checked as opposed to losing track like last time, 139 days ago, I decided to start out on a whole foods plant-based diet because I was pretty close to 300 pounds and I wasn't feeling great with my life. Now, I've been struggling with weight gain and all that sort of thing all through my life just because, you know, it's how life is, unfortunately. I'm not a very athletic person. I wasn't even when I wasn't fat. But yeah, like, I was just sick of life, and I read Penn Jillette's book Presto, and followed that up with a bunch of research into Dr. Joel Fuhrman and Dr. John McDougall and a whole bunch of other doctors and dietitians and things like that. And things made a lot more sense. So I cut out meat, I cut out dairy, I cut out alcohol, I cut out chocolate and everything. I ate nothing but potatoes for an entire week, and then got absolutely desperate to eat something that wasn't a potato, and I did. Ate some bread, ate some corn, switched to a whole foods plant-based diet, which is basically just vegan, but no oil and little salt and little sugar. I did that for, well, pretty much the entirety of the last 139 days. And if you look back to day 0, day 1, day 2, that sort of thing, you can quite literally see, as the videos progress, I get thinner and smaller. I do look a lot better now than when I started. Still look like a potato on legs, but, you know, still like much improved. So that's me. That's why this channel's here, or at least it's the main reason why the channel's here. I started the channel because it's kind of hard keeping yourself on track for changing all of your eating habits and dietary habits and everything like that. I decided pretty much to just stop what I'd been doing for the last 30 odd years cold turkey and switch to essentially veganism, but hardcore. And that brought its own set of challenges. The reason why this channel is here is so that I can kick out a daily vlog, mostly daily, and just sort of keep myself honest. You know, if I've got a whole bunch of random people who I don't know that can shout at me and tell me off if I do bad things, then that's going to keep me a lot more motivated and organized than having like a friend who I talk to constantly and say, hey, you know, like, I just had a bit of a bad day and I just needed the day off. And my friend might say, well, you know, you've been working hard, like, you deserve it, like, once isn't gonna hurt. Whereas anonymous people on the internet are gonna go, no, you traitor, don't do it. So, yeah, that's why you're here, to keep me accountable. Cheers. It's water, by the way. Right, so. The large break that has been going on that we should probably talk about. People who've been here for a little while and have been watching for a little while know that I've taken a break from recording for a couple of weeks now. About 2, maybe a little bit over. Not entirely sure. And basically the long and short of that is I got rushed into hospital not too long ago because of extreme stomach pain. It was very painful. It was very not nice. Had to call my wife home, had to call an ambulance. Never experienced anything like it. Don't ever want to experience anything like it ever again. And what had happened was over the last few years, apparently my hyper-saturated cholesterol diet had gotten the better of me and had actually just filled my gallbladder with gravel, which, you know, when the body gets too much of something, in this case cholesterol, it condenses it and turns it into little crystals, and then those little crystals turn into little stones, and those stones go, whoop-ee! And eventually one of them gets squeezed out and passes through all the tiny little parts of your body that it's not meant to go through, and it hurts an awful lot and makes you fall on the floor of the bathroom and scream and cry and swear a lot. So I went to hospital, found out about this giant bag of gravel that was growing next to my liver, and scheduled my operation to have it removed. And I did. Monday last week. And essentially, was it Monday last week? No, it was Monday the week before. So Monday, 2 weeks ago, is when I had it removed. I had to organise all of it myself. I've never had surgery before in my life, so getting all of that done in a language that I don't speak was a little bit stressful, but we managed to get there, and I went in, got knocked out, got holes cut in me, woke up, went back to sleep for another few hours, woke up again, went back to sleep for another few hours, and spent the rest of my time while I was in the hospital recuperating, the sort of immediate after surgery part, talking with a wonderful German bloke called Dietmann, and developed a nice little friendship there, and it was lovely. And I recorded some videos while I was in there, but then have kind of put everything off because I ended up developing a fever and being completely incoherent for a weekend, and then just like not being able to move properly, and then the cat ate my old microphone. This is a new one that arrived today. Yay! It's been an entire thing. It's been an entire rigmarole, but I am back and I'm here and I'm ready to get on with this and get everything going. Now, I have been slowly sort of building myself back into switching to a whole foods plant-based or at least vegan/vegetarian lifestyle. It's not gone great because I've been off-piste for a little bit now. I've been off, sort of doing my own thing and eating meats and dairy and all sorts of things for the past couple of weeks. Kind of putting a bit of a stress on the system because now I don't have a gallbladder. I want to find out how my body's going to react to eating certain things that stress it. Which is kind of my excuse for, going out and eating like cheeseburgers and pizza and all that sort of thing. And also, of course, I haven't really had it in me to come into a kitchen, stand around in front of lights and a hot oven and all of that sort of stuff. It's kind of hard to manage that. As is, I'm stood here in front of my studio lights, and I'm a little bit toasty, as you may be able to tell from the sheen that's coming off my head. It's not just, natural, it's a little bit of sweat, I'm sorry. So anyway, so that's where we are. That's how we've gotten to this point. Now, going forward from now, I am going to continue a whole foods plant-based diet. I am going to switch back into living my life according to the rules of Dr. John McDougall, and I'm going to lose some weight. Damn it, my goal is to be around about 80 to 90 kilos, which I think is around about 160, 170, 190 pounds, basically under 200, in time for my friend's wedding in November, towards the end of November. So I've got a little while. I think it's something like 80 days, 90 days, something like that I've got available to me. That is my goal. I want to be towards that sort of point. Now, we've got quite a lot of the way there over the past however many months it is, however many weeks. I have gone from my starting weight of 292.5 pounds, which was 132.5 kilos, and I'm now all the way down to 109.6. 109.6? 109.4? I think it's 109.4. I can't remember what it was when I weighed in this morning. It's 109.6 or 109.4. Whatever it is, I've put it up on the screen. Whatever it is in pounds as well. Which I believe is 240, so I've lost over 50 pounds in a third of a year, pretty much. I've managed to keep it off for the past couple of weeks as well. It was exactly 10 days from when I had to be rushed into hospital all the way through to the day before the surgery, and I couldn't eat on the day of surgery because it was first thing in the morning. I was nil by mouth for at least 6 hours. So what I did was, that 10-day period, I did what's called a Mary's Mini. Now this was the second one that I'd ever done. Basically, you choose a starch, be it potato of any kind, apart from sweet potato is its own different one, corn or like rice or anything like that, any starch, any whole vegetable starch thing, and you base every single meal that you have around it. If you are hungry and you have chosen potato, you eat a potato. You can have other vegetables, but you can't have nuts or fruit or milks or dairy or anything like that. It's just potato and vegetables. And that's what I did. Now, I never actually got to weigh in from that. I believe I started it at 112.6, I want to say. I can't remember for the life of me. Basically, day 0 of Mary's Mini 2, the Dietary Boogaloo, because I name everything, is here. Or here. One of the two. Whichever side it is that it comes out as. The end weight, the day of my surgery, is here. So that is actually quite a significant loss in either kilos or pounds. Like, it's pretty decent. It's not quite as much as I lost the first time around, when I did my first one. But to have been eating hospital food like that I was given, like cheese with liverwurst or liverwurst or what, you know, like to be basically to have maintained during the 2 weeks / getting on towards 3, where I've been eating meat and oil and cheese and pizza and all the hospital food, which was essentially just meat for every single meal, to have maintained it all the way through that, even though it's pretty much eating worse than I have been when I was gaining all of the weight, is kind of ridiculous. It shows that there's been some sort of significant change with my body where stuff just isn't like hanging around now. Like, I can take those couple of days and eat like a pig. Like we all get jealous of the thin, scrawny people doing. And, you know, nothing happens to them. But because we eat like that a lot more often, you know, bad things happen. So, because I've now sort of recovered from that, I'm going to switch back into that. Switch back into the McDougall style of eating. I'm going to do more Mary's Minis. At least once a month, I do believe. Because they're only for 10 days. So, you know, 10 days on, 20 days off, roughly. That seems excessive. I think I could probably fit in 2 a month. But I don't want to go too crazy, you know, let's be sensible with weight loss. Yeah, that's my plan going forward. All of this is for my wife and my son. Not the bowls and plates and mugs, though I use those. This sort of stuff is mine. Cans, yay! Cans and nutritional yeast. Ignore the cake. Ignore this cake here. That's totally not mine for, you know, the last couple of days of this week before I switch back to eating nothing but potatoes and vegetables. Okay. So, day 139. I'm back, baby. There's no way of saying that with a straight face. I really don't know how you manage it. But anyway. Right. I am back. I've got some stuff coming that is hopefully going to add some extra life to the YouTube channel, and just do little funky things that I don't really get to do that often. I am probably going to do something about the opening, because I've been using a 30-second long intro for a very long time, and that's basically just a holdover from when I was studying film and TV production. It was always use a 30-second intro, but no one uses a 30-second intro these days, especially not on YouTube. You want like a quick little sting. I've been trying to figure that out and how to do it, but I ain't managed it so far. I'm gonna edit all of my footage together. I'm gonna give you a nice little montage of all the things that I've eaten from when I went in for you know, everything that I needed to do all the way up until now, so that we're all caught up on everything. It will not exactly be as good to view as the amount of stuff that I've shown you before, I'm afraid, but this is how I keep myself honest. This is like every single day is pretty much a what I ate today video. There will always be photographs of what I had for lunch, sometimes with a little description, sometimes not, just depends entirely. But I have to keep myself honest, and you guys are here for me to do that. So there you go. I think what I'll do, yeah, I'll end it here. I'll cut in a bunch of footage of anything that I recorded while I was away. and do my little supercut of all my foods and that sort of thing. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Yeah. Right. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope that you stick around. And yeah, let's do it. Yay. Have a good one. Bye-bye. We have some of the best adverts here. This is for beer. Yep. Good morning, everyone. I don't know exactly when you're going to see this, but this is Monday morning. It's just before 8:30, and I'm in the grounds of the hospital. Yay! This is where I'm going to be staying for the next few days. Oh, well, guess I'll check in again later. Bye. Hello. I think it's day 126. I'm not entirely sure. We've had the operation. Well, I've had the operation. I should really start referring to myself in the first person rather than like the group collective, you know. So I'm still in the hospital. I'm just in the grounds in this little park area, that like little courtyard sort of bit. Ooh, they've turned off the lights. Hey, everything's gone fine. Everything's gone great. You know, the going in for the surgery was a little bit nerve-wracking, but I managed to give most of the pre-op team a bit of a laugh because they were struggling to say my surname, which I think I've mentioned before a little while ago. My surname is dangerously close to a very childish name for testicles in German. So I managed to give the team a bit of a giggle with that, because they were like, how do you say this? I was like, you say it like this, not Klöten. So that was good. I had them all giggling. Getting knocked out and stuff is a weird sensation. Like, general anesthetic, really strange. I remember, you know, sort of just before they took me in, and they've got the mask clamped over my face, and oh yeah, pick a nice dream. Like, think about something that you want to dream about that's nice. And then next thing I know, I'm sort of dreaming about that thing and then waking up. And what's horrifically sad is the thing I was dreaming about was eating something that wasn't potato. Like, I kid you not, I don't know what it was, but it was some sort of like weird waking dream where I realised that I was, you know, dreaming, because my thought process in the middle of it was, oh god, I shouldn't be eating this yet, like, I haven't been told I can by the doctor. Wait, no, this is blatantly a dream. There is nothing that tastes like this. And then just chowed down on my dream food. Which Sagut has been quite amused by. Up until about 11 o'clock today. Actually, no. 11 o'clock? 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that. Oh, the lights have gone out again. Yeah, basically up until just either just before or just after lunch today, I had a drain in, which is like a catheter bag that, you know, anything, if you're bleeding from where they've taken stuff out, it drains into that. Now, because that was pretty much empty and there was nothing in there, they just sort of said, oh, right, okay, well, we'll just take that out then. So I've got less plastic in me now than when we started out in this little adventure, which is good. But yeah, things are going well. I got given the all clear to like get up out of bed and go for walks and stuff today as well. So I'm trying to exercise my freedom as much as possible. I've been out of bed and sitting and wandering around, and eventually I think all the staff and me got sick of walking from one end of the ward to the other. Oh, can I go outside? Yes, of course. Oh, okay. Just, sometimes in British hospitals they don't let you go certain places. No, you are free to go wherever you like. Just come back. So, dear. Oh, no. I'm going to see if I can find, like, some sort of shop or something. Somewhere that sells, like, magazines or puzzle books or something. Like, I've got my phone that I can play on, but it's starting to get a little bit boring, a little bit samey. I know it's only been like 1.5 days, but engage in some retail therapy. Why not? Hey dear. Well. Look at this. Look at this sky. That's very nice. It's a lot more purple in real life. It's very pinky purple sort of thing. Oh man. Yeah, well. Right. I'm gonna go. I'll check back in tomorrow. I might be out by Thursday at this rate. In a bit. Oh, well. It's Wednesday. We're still here. It's not the end of the world. Like, bleh. The plastic that's in me, in my various hands and stuff, is it's not too bad. This one's starting to ache a little bit, but I think that's just because I had a Skype call with my mum earlier, and she saw it and said, "Oh, that looks painful." So of course now, after days of not being bothered by it, now it's starting to feel a little bit achy. Which is, typical. Yeah, I don't know. Just steady away. It's a little bit boring. I've been out walking quite a lot today with my roommate, Dietman. We've been out through Volkspark Friedrichshain, which has been quite nice. Like, I can't believe that I've not actually been there and filmed there before. I'm going to have to come back and, take a couple of shots. There's a couple of really nice fountains and little interesting places. He's a very interesting gent to talk to. He's an engineer, quite high up engineer, in the firm that he works for. Quite accomplished. He escaped from the DDR, I should say, the German Democratic Republic. Basically, the East Germany, West, whichever side was the communist side. He escaped from there. Lived in England for a bit, and then got his degree in engineering and architecture and stuff, and off he went. It's very it's full of interesting information. Oh dear. But yeah, it's that slow point of the day now. I've walked myself out pretty much. Because we've been out walking for around about 2 or 3 hours today. Which is a lot of walking anyway, like even for, sort of like looking after Rowan and stuff, it's a lot of walking in one go. I was stuck in bed completely 2 days ago. I couldn't move or anything. I didn't want to in case I did something wrong and hurt myself. But I'm pretty much sorted now. Apparently, it's very, very likely I'll be going home tomorrow, which I'm quite looking forward to. I'm not gonna lie. Like at the minute, like I think painkillers are still gonna be a thing.
And I think the thing that's annoying me most is more when bandages pull and things like that than anything else. I don't really feel pain from anything. Like, it's more like a dull ache and stuff. I'm gonna have to be careful that Rowan and Dexter don't jump on my stomach or anything, because that's probably gonna hurt quite a bit. But I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I planned for this. I planned for staying in a hospital and it being boring and stuff, and I don't think I was properly prepared for exactly how boring it is. I'm having to charge my phone like 3 times a day because of how much that I'm using it and playing on it. I've got games on here that I'm playing, but they're losing their luster, you know? I've listened to all of my music many, many times, like my Spotify playlists and everything. You don't realise exactly how much you listen to the same music until you're stuck in a room listening to it with no real choice of what to do besides. I could go down to the bistro, to the shop, but the problem with that is all that there are is there's a single option of Sudoku puzzle book. There's German word searches, which obviously I'm not going to be good at. And there's a single book of arrow words, and then everything else is gossip magazines and chocolate. And I don't think chocolate is the thing that I should be eating. Don't get me wrong. When I finally get home, I'm having one of those Mars bars that I bought, the brownie Mars bars. I'm having one of those. And I've got another chocolate bar there that I selected for myself. That's my celebratory get home, live sort of chocolate bars. I know I'm in the right place to try eating these things so that if something goes wrong, I can tell them about it. But at the same time, I'm in the right place for them to tell me that I was being an idiot if I eat these chocolate bars when they haven't given me the sign off for being like, well. I mean, so far everything's been fine. The food and everything has gone down and stayed down. I've been a little bit burpy, like more so than I feel I usually am. But yeah. Oh, and in the interests of TMI, because I was sort of like, all right, okay, like, yeah. After an operation, your body tends to hold on to everything, including the not useful stuff. And my body has been holding on to the not useful stuff for a couple of days. But today, we finally saw some return to regularity on that front, which is good. It's very welcome. I feel a lot better today, let's say. That first day, the day of the operation, I didn't actually pee, if you can believe that. The full 24 hours. Like, I got in, I used the bathroom on the morning before coming in for the surgery, and that was a number 1 and a number 2. And then after the surgery, I woke up and I was just sort of laid here in the bed. Bag coming out of my side, which it turns out is the drain. I didn't know about that. I thought they'd just catheterised me through the side because it was easier to get to while I was already open or something. I don't know how these things work. I don't have a PhD or a doctorate or medical degrees or anything like that. I just thought, oh, it's some sort of fancy German way of doing things. Nah, it's not. And the weird thing was, because I didn't feel like I needed to pee or anything, and I'd been drinking water. I definitely didn't feel like I needed to go. So I just sort of left it and, all right, okay, well, that's what the bag's for. That's taking care of everything. So slept. Woke up yesterday and they said, okay, you're fine to get up. You should move around. Oh, okay. So I did. I sort of felt the urge to go. I was like, well, that's quite strange given that I've got this bag on. Never mind, like, whatever. I'll go and sit down just in case. So, sat down, started peeing. Thought it was very weird that I could do that with, some sort of catheter in. But no, it's just me not knowing anything about medical procedures. So, but never mind. None of the side effects that supposedly are meant to happen have happened yet, which is good. Touch wood. I've not experienced anything like painful to eat either. Like I've not you've probably seen what I've been eating so far. Like I've been eating like liverwurst and leberwurst and like meats and cheeses and there's been like cream and all sorts of things. Like they are not shy about giving me fatty things. Even though I've requested, like lower fat options and stuff, like you just get shoved stuff apparently. I mean, like I figured if I'm here, it's the right place to try it, and then if anything goes wrong, they know and can advise me on it. But no, everything's been fine. Everything's looking okay. I'm wondering if, because hopefully I'll be able to talk to a doctor properly tomorrow and get some idea of it. But because I'm thinking if my gallbladder was that full that I wasn't getting like a proper squirt of bile whenever I was eating something fatty, I'm wondering if I've just been living with a trickle of bile for a very long time. And now that they've taken out the gallbladder, the trickle is about the same. So I'm just not going to see any side effects. I don't know. We'll see. I really want to know why I've still got these, Like, I really do. Because this is just kind of ridiculous having these chunks of plastic stuck in me. I haven't used them for anything. I mean, come on, look at this. They drew blood from me this morning. They didn't open one of these and just connect it up. No, that needed an entire new hole in my arm. Vampires, the lot of them. They say it's for testing. Couple of drops on the tongue. That's all it'll end up being. Oh, man. Never mind. Life, eh? Life! Well. Right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna listen to some audiobook or play with some games or something. And I don't know. I have saved. I saved this from lunchtime. Got some citrus cream wafers, some lemon cream wafers. If this goes on much longer, I might end up going downstairs and buying a chocolate bar. Dunno. Yeah, okay. I'm going. Next time you hear from me, be Thursday. Hopefully, I'll be out. I'll be on my way home. Or I'll already be home. Or I'll be telling you that they've found something in my blood work, or they haven't done something, and I'm going to be still stuck here in my bed. Who knows?
We came out for a bit of a walk and a bit of a play, so now we're, just around and about in Planterwald. One of the two. Yeah, like things are all right. I'm healing well. I should be recording a proper thing tonight. Maybe. Hopefully. I was going to do it last night, but I put it off because I'm terrible. I should be recording vlogs. I should be eating properly, but I keep eating meat and cheese and stuff. Interesting development. Apparently now, if I eat cheese, things get a little bit backed up. So that's about the only problem that I've discovered, really, since having the gallbladder taken out. It's the only thing that I can really point to, and even then I'm not 100% as to whether or not it is because of cheese. But we'll learn how things are going to be from now on. Yeah, I'll do a proper full record later. But for now, family videos.